Excuse my French. Pardon my French, mother.
Hold on. Before we jump in live.
It's late, bro. We
I'm
live.
It sound good.
I gotta drum some tunes anyway, so you got a minute.
Okay.
About to put some music on right quick. Because we about to talk about why black men fucking up.
Yeah, let me try to find me a good angle. Let me get my light together too. All right. Allow me to reintroduce myself to the OV.
Check my channel. So it's double broadcasting right now. Gucci. Double broadcasting right now. Stop share. All right. Now, like I said, I'm unorthodox, bro. I'm the bad guy, right?
Okay. All right. So
you could be whoever you want to be. I told you. I'm explaining to you something. I'm unorthodox as a financial professional, and maybe not, and that's why I stray away from some things because I'm not the best look, because I do have a street background and I do use some tasteful vernacular, but so does Boyce Watkins, right? And I tell people all the time, would you rather be more offended by me saying fuck or the fucking conditions we live in? So I'm gonna play my gangster rap music because part of the reason that I got into life insurance was I got shot 5 times in front of my mama. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Dude, just a sec.
Hold on, commercial break.
Yeah, bro, I got it. Yeah. We still live streaming? The live stream is on time?
What happened, David? See him, like 3 of them in them, bro. Misdemeanor. Niggas just playing. They don't want no bread. Everybody in the game said they trap. Trapping ain't big. Trapping ain't big. Yo, 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 yo. It's your boy, the insurance junkie, your fiduciary fella, the all-star advisor Alonzo Hall. And I've returned today to Weapon Tap on Your Head with another ADH Wealth solution. Today, I want to go over what some things that are destroying the Black community, or what's wrong with the Black community, and why we can't seem to get ahead. Now, a lot of that actually does seem to have a lot to do with Black men. The reason why, I'm gonna go right into it, and then I'm gonna let you talk, Mr. JayOrleans.
Yeah. Hold on, Lonzo. Just a second. Let me grab one more of my accessories.
Yeah. Handle business. What I'm saying is, in a minute, I'm gonna ask for you to go ahead and speak too. Okay. But really quick, right? The reason I played that song, "Trapping Ain't Dead," these suckers just scared. These niggas just man, trapping ain't dead. These niggas just scared. Niggas just playing. They don't want no bread. Everybody in the game say they trap like who? Don't go against the game. This is Trap or Die 2. The reason I said that, and the reason, Mr. JayOrleans, I brought you up here, you from the New Orleans, right? You from the New, you heard me? Right?
Yeah, from the know. Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm from up north, northeast, right? And the thing about it is there's all our music makes it seem like Black men are nothing but cocaine salesmen, right? We're cocaine salesmen and sex tools, right? And I'm going to be dropping a video later today talking about that. But I got very offended. A gentleman of mine, who's a close friend of mine, came to me the other day. And he asked me to borrow some money. And the reason he asked me to borrow some money was so that he could go buy some cocaine to sell to make some money for himself. And the reason I told him no was because 2 weeks prior, he was like, listen, because I was complaining about some agents who work with me in insurance. And he was like, listen, man, what all I got to do to get in that? Listen, you off papers, you got to do this, get your license, boom. Right?
Right.
Now, they're talking about all this cocaine money that these idiots make. Right? We make cocaine money and all this dumb shit. Excuse my language. But like I said, I don't mind swearing, right? Let me just show you something right quick. That's my bank account. Boom. One transaction, right? You see that 62 and 6 grand, right? We're going to close that out right now so y'all don't see the rest of the numbers. But the reason I did that, man, is selling life insurance. There are dudes who don't make that in an entire year. And that's just what's left over from me paying bills and stuff.
Yeah. I can I share my screen? Is that?
Yes. Give me 1 second. Let me make sure you can share your screen. Hold on. Let me stop sharing my screen.
Hold on. Let me see. Let me even see how I do that.
You'll be able to share your screen.
But yeah, I can attest that insurance is is very lucrative. Very.
So he was more willing to risk it and go get some cocaine than to spend $80 on an insurance license and come do the real salesman like a real man who has to actually convince people. Like y'all know, when y'all are out there buying insurance from your best friend at Primerica, let me think about it.
Yeah.
From your best friend at Charles Schwab, let me think about it. But when you gotta go get your weed from your weed man, he ain't gotta convince you. Hey, weed man, I need a pound of weed, $1,700. Here you go. Here you go, blood.
But when you try to show them legitimately how to get into the bank, you know, insurance is a financial institution. You work for the people who make money, generate money, create money, right? Man, hold on, man. I just want to, you know, and that's why I love you too, Alonzo. Look, because you just tell it how it is, brother. And you show it, right? Show it. Let me see. All right. Is it sharing my screen?
Not yet.
Oh, it's too much.
But this dude had the nerve to offer me, listen, let me borrow $75 so I could have an 8-ball. First of all, brother, if you gonna come to me for drug money, you better not be buying half an 8-ball. For those who don't know, I don't know either, but I've heard that an 8-ball is 3.5 grams of cocaine. I don't know.
Yeah.
But so $75 is half of that.
Well, you know, some of us, you know, haven't sold insurance our whole life, you know. So, but I can tell you, man, insurance, it's just a great business.
While you going to share your screen, I'm gonna do some math.
I'm trying to figure out how to share my screen, and then I don't even think the money cleared because it's such a big deposit. But
that's all good. But I want to show you something. He got that $75. Let's say he tripled it, 75 times 3, right? He would have came back with $225 plus minus the $75 he owed me. So he'd have had $150, right? So with that $150, he could either get a whole 8-ball or he could share or get half an 8-ball and keep $75 in his pocket. So let's say he does that. So all in all, that $75 netted him $75. Right? Now, let's see had he sold a life insurance policy at a normal 50% commission.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's too many months.
That would have netted him $450. One person giving him $175 one time, not risking his life, not risking going to the penitentiary, which I'm gonna show y'all a video about penitentiary life too. Okay, you can share your screen if you need to, brother.
Okay, well, let me see.
You can let us see it pending.
Let's see. I ain't gonna show them too much, but they should see.
Oh,
That's insurance money there.
yeah.
Right. So all right, now I'll stop sharing because I just want, you know, because a lot of people say, show me the money, you know, that's my account. I don't want to show too much, but that's my business account.
Yeah.
But you know, insurance for me, insurance has brought me Mercedes Benz, BMW X5, you know, a house. Now I'm getting into investment. Man, insurance is if you're not doing nothing with your life, you know, financial services is the number one industry to create new millionaires. So, you know, the fact that Alonzo, you're actually offering people an opportunity and you're not charging them up front is insane.
Yeah. A lot of people have told me that.
Insane,
With an opportunity that I'm giving you, bro, you need to start charging. I may start charging.
Yeah, it's. I mean, because what happens is you free these people, right? And um, you free the people, and they forgot where they were at. They thought they were there the whole time, and a lot of times they're not. And when I used to recruit, I didn't used to charge either, and I freed a few people, and a lot of them were grateful and everything like that. But in the end, you know, I figured I could have spent more time freeing myself. And
Right.
some of them got freer than I am.
Right.
you know, so it's eventually you have to start charging. But if right now you're still doing it, you're recruiting for free. You know, better than me, man, because I would hit them over the head because it's
Will
once
you
you get that
charge?
first $2,000, $3,000 in one day, where
You
else
said
can you do that with no degree?
2,000, 3,000. You charge?
No. In one day, I say once the first time I remember I made $4,200 in 3 hours in Houston,
Okay.
Texas. Right? And I was enrolling in University of Houston. I
Wow.
needed to get educated. Right? and man, I made them $4,200, and I said, why am I still going to school?
Right.
It just didn't make sense, right? And I was hooked. So when you take and you introduce somebody to the financial services industry, insurance, life insurance specifically, because I do property and casualty and life insurance, tax planning, credit restoration, all that fun stuff, because that's all into what Black people problems are. But once you show them that and they're free, they have so many options, that so many doors that open up for them, that at that point everybody realized, oh, we shouldn't charge you. And you realize it too, because you're like, well, they're free now, they can do whatever they want to do in life.
Mm-hmm.
And some people get the contract and they figure that it's going to get paid hourly, and it's not an hourly type of thing. You really got to go out there and help. You got to help yourself first.
Mm-hmm.
I see holding a lot of black bad brothers is just the will to not try.
Mm-hmm. Let me
Uh,
ask you this, right? Because we're asking what's wrong with the Black community. Do you ever heard of a person by the name of Kevin Samuels?
yeah, I know. Yeah, I like Brother Kevin Samuels, man. It's a shame he's passed away, right?
All right. Have you ever heard of something called the Black Manosphere?
Never heard of the Manosphere. What's the Manosphere?
It's a location that a lot of men tend to hang out. It seems like a location that's a lot of quote unquote, where's my hug at ass niggas in high school sitting around together, trauma bonding about Keisha. But a lot of those guys are also Kevin Samuels fans. Let's talk better Black life. What's going on? The reason I say that, I was a where's my hug at ass nigga in high school, right?
Okay.
So ain't no shame in my game, but now we getting checks like we get, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah. So wait, you gotta describe me. Where my hug ass nigga at? What is that? I heard you mix that before in a video. Is that a duck?
no. Where my hug at ass nigga is, the dude in high school who liked the girls, but he didn't smash them or nothing like that. But hey, girl, where's my hug? So he was one of those. He might have even could have been able to smash him, but he ain't know.
Yeah. So he got the hug.
He got the hug. Yeah.
I'm trying to get a good angle, brother. I'm trying to get a good angle.
Listen, I got it right in front of my eyes, man. I keep it right there. But I'm not gonna be too long today, though I want to be, because like I said, I got some folks in the box right?
Yeah.
You're probably not looking at the chat. And I'm not on StreamYard, so I can't really pull the chat up. But when you watch back on the replay, or when you send this to your peoples, you know, because we're gonna do other ones of these, James.
Yeah, definitely, Lonzo. It's been some time in the making.
Yeah, it's been some time in the making, but right now you have no choice but to come over to Death Row. I'm aggressive, right?
Yeah, man.
You know what happened? I got that capital infusion, and I'm like, oh, I got to step on the gas. That's why I said to you what I said to you, because one of the major things that's ruining the Black community, that's truly holding us back, is Black men. What do I mean by that? By Black men are holding us back. Our pride is holding us back. What do I mean by our pride is holding us back? How vehemently did I tell you today, brother, I need your help?
Yeah, you were telling me. Yeah.
Right? I was like, yo, I'm doing this. I'm doing what I do. I just bought a Benz 2016 E350, right? But I'm like, cool, that's great. But I need to impact more. And the only way I can impact more is to have a team of dudes who get it like me and who go after it like me. So help me, please. Did I not? Unfortunately, Black men seem to not be able to ask another Black man for help because apparently we're afraid we're gonna rub it in each other's face.
Yeah. No, and that's what I like about the financial services industry. Once you get the intelligence and you see everything that there is to see, you start recognizing who's pulling the strings, right? Because you got the rap music, right? Getting everybody spiritually involved in the wrong way. You have the system of systematic oppression that holds people back. And then you have culture. A lot of people sold Black people on that this violence, this hypersexuality is our culture. I don't think that's our culture. I know when I go into a Black home, even the thugged out ones, quote unquote thugged out ones, right? They respect their mama. You might be big and bad, but in that house, your mama say, boy, pull your pants up, right? You're not gonna get big and bad with her. So that's our real structure, right? That's our real value system, right? When your daddy tell you to do something, whether you grew up with him or not, there was a level of respect. And so our culture system that's being fed to us through these media stations, shout out to YouTube for allowing, our voice to be heard. But, it's conflicting for them to not know that at the end of the day, all you could do is buy some nice things like a nice house, nice cars, and spend time with your family. So you need this insurance to keep that going. You need that to multiply your money. Nobody is working hard and rising to the top. It's not happening. Everybody's using leverage, whether it's life insurance, loans, credit, taking over someone else's legacy. Everybody is using tools. So if you just working and blowing your money on Friday and you're not investing in at least life insurance, I don't know what you're doing. You're doing nothing. You're doing nothing.
Can I speak to that? And again, a lot in our community, let's be honest, bro. A lot of it is the fault of us. Even brothers who look like us, right? Prime example. It's really hard to go back to the hood and speak to regular folk when you got people, that deposit, bro, that you put in, I got someone to put that in annual premium in a life policy. Right? So I'm halfway there in a single deposit myself. I've got some other substantial deposits coming up this month.
Yes.
Right? So I've got all sorts of things going on, you know what I mean? Yeah. And in that vein, there are young men who could really have these things going. And then there's other industries that they seem to get driven into more than ours. Everybody's going into trucking. But trucking is physical labor. Everybody, I cut hair. That's physical labor. Bro, I work from a hospital bed. You can't cut hair from a hospital bed. You can't cut grass from a hospital bed. You can't drive a truck from a hospital bed. You you might be able to do some back office IT stuff from a hospital bed. But all I really need to do from a hospital bed is be like, hello? Yeah, beep, beep. Hold on, I'm giving some blood. Yeah, so would you like to make that deposit? Beep, beep. Yeah, don't worry about the beeps in the back. Okay. Yes, sir. I'm gonna send you the DocuSign to sign. All right, give me 20 minutes or so. Okay. DocuSign, sent. 20 minutes, done. Submit.
Yeah.
Nurse, can I have some more apple juice? Can I have an icy, nurse? Nurse, my throat's a little dry. Can I have some ice water and ginger ale?
Yeah, look, Lonzo, I've been disabled for the last 2 years. I missed a bunch of days of work, but but I ain't never missed no money.
Dang. He said, I've been disabled for the last 2 years.
And look, the checks keep coming. I keep trying to quit, but the checks keep coming.
Ridiculous, man. You know what it is? I've noticed though.
What's that?
We're not Wall Street Trapper, right? So
Now, whoa. You know, Wall Street Trapper. You know, my brother Daniel. The first time Wall Street Trapper got a certain activity performed for him, my brother helped him out.
yeah, see, I ain't got change like this. I'm Wall Street Trapper, y'all. Look at my big, you know, this how you know I'm getting there. I help black people. Versace, Wall Street Trapper, y'all.
Yeah.
I don't mean
Now,
to pick on him specifically.
Now he from He went to Kennedy. He went to Kennedy with my brother, right?
A word?
Huh?
I said a word. I don't mean
Yeah.
to pick on him specifically as just the name, but people will give licensed people like you and I trouble and give him the world.
Well, and that's the problem right there, right? The problem is that here goes something for show. You so used to doing stuff undercut and underrated and all this stuff. Alonzo will show you when you can't lose, right? And everybody asks the same question. Well, I can get a bigger return in the stock market. Man, look, if I'm gonna find a way where I can pull up my stock portfolio without showing everything on it, and I'm gonna pull up them losses that I had. You know, because I went out there and I said, well, let me go see what they talking about, and I went and made some money and I lost it all plus some. You know, so yeah, you could get bigger returns in the stock market. You can also lose your shirt and have a heart attack.
And more likely you will lose your shirt.
Yeah. So when you
10%.
Yeah.
Over 20 years.
You said, wait, say that once more, Lonzo.
Average rate of return is 10% over 20 years.
Oh, that you're generous.
You said I'm generous? It's lower?
You're generous. Yeah. Depending on what index you're looking at. Yeah. When you look back 30 years, it's about 4%. Right? So 30 years is an appropriate time frame, right?
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, and then you're not talking about the policy low. I mean, not the policy low fee. You're not talking about the upfront fees and everything like that. And then the fact of, you know, one of my mentors showed me this. It took me 4 years for this to soak in. He says, if you got $100 and you get 10%, how much you got? I was like, 110. He said, okay, you lose 10% the next year off of that 110 you got. How much you got? I was like, 100. He said, no, you got 99. I said, okay. That's right, because I lost 10% of 110. So I got less money. I gained 10 and I lost 10. I got less money. He said, okay, well, let's take it a step further. The third year, you gain 10% again on your 99. How much you got? I was like, all right, I got 108. He said, yeah, that's right. You got 108. He said, now 8 on top of 10 average over 3 years is what? End up being like 3.6 or something like that, right?
I was gonna say 8%, but no, it's lower.
Yeah, it's a lot lower. It's like close to 3%, right? And so this is what's really going on with your money. I'll tell you who's getting rich in the stock market.
The broker.
The broker. The broker. Because it doesn't matter. Look what we talk about. Manage funds. I manage 100 million. I manage 10 million. I manage $1 million. I manage, how much you manage. They don't talk about, oh, I got my clients 20%, or I gained them. I saw that the stock was about to take a dip, and so I took that basket of funds and I transferred it to another basket of funds before they took the dip. They don't do that.
Yeah, you're right. I manage X dollars and get paid for nothing.
I manage it. My job is when the stock market is taken, right, to come talk to you and convince you that it's going to be all right.
Wait. Here's my favorite new one.
What's that one?
And we're going to drop this because we're dropping this for the Black community.
Yeah.
My favorite new one that everybody's asking, are you a fiduciary? I'm like, yes. Let me explain to y'all Black folk right now what the fiduciary responsibility actually means.
Yeah.
That means I go, hey, James, I'm a fiduciary. So when I'm looking at your accounts, what legally a fiduciary means is I have to do this. James, here's how I get paid. Requirement number 1 fulfilled. Requirement number 2, as a fiduciary, I just have to let him know whether or not the recommendation that I'm making for him is a conflict of interest or not. Fiduciary obligations completed. I don't have to care about your taxes. I don't have to care about not hurting you. I don't have to put your needs before mine. I just got to tell you how much I'm going to get paid, and if what I'm telling you is a conflict of interest.
Bingo. So basically, I got to police myself. And if you want to report me to the, to the board, but you report the police to the police.
And get this, forget that. Let's look at something again in the Black community.
Yes.
You heard of the J. Morrison Tulsa Real Estate Fund. However you feel about it has nothing to do with this. But let's also look at Fundrise.
Okay.
The problem that people had a problem with, because they're the exact same thing, by the way, but Tulsa Real Estate Fund gave too much control to the investors. He was looking for the investors to bring deals to him to invest in. Wrong idea. Fundrise was like, we got this list of properties we're looking at, and you can invest in these. Now, major difference is the people who invested with Tulsa Real Estate Fund, most of them were unsophisticated investors. So what did they not know what to do when it came time to recourse? They didn't know who the hell to report Jay Morrison to. Right? I'm gonna call the FBI. FBI, you got a drug kingpin? No, we don't care about this. Call the right people.
What do we call the police? Like, they call the police.
Hey, 911, Jay Morrison is scamming. Excuse me? You got the wrong. I'm gonna call the IRS. Hey, IRS, Jay Morrison is scamming. Can you prove he tax evades? No? Wrong department. Look, who do I call? I'm gonna call the Better Business Bureau. Better Business Bureau. Jay Morrison, I'm gonna call Channel 8 or Channel 5, wherever you are. We don't even know who to go after to give recourse. So the reason that that's upsetting and it's a slap in the face, because those same people who will ask you and I for all sorts of credentials and I need to look you up. Like I had someone, I need to look you up. I was like, respectfully, you don't know where to look me up at. You don't know.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
You're gonna
Yeah.
go put my name in Google and see what you find.
So black people don't know who to trust.
Right.
They don't know up from down when it comes down to the actual how to make money. There's more money made off of making money than money made from actual hand labor.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There's about 3 times as much money. It might be 2 times. Don't quote me on this, but I know it's at least 2 to 3 times more money is made off of the exchange and transactions between money than the actual me going out and building a house. Right? There's going to be more money made off of trading and selling and back and forth of the house than there is of the actual building. So think about that for a second. And think about the fact that you're not capturing black people. When I say you, black people aren't capturing any of that money. So you're working and then your money is being flipped 3 to 4 times and you don't get none of the upside, right? Because you're not invested in anything like a index universal life, right? Some people are not investing. Some people are not even saving. Some people say they can't afford to save. And that's the absolute wrong thing to say, right? You can't afford not to save. So if you make $1,000 a week, you got $2,000 in bills, right? You should be saving $100 before you pay any bills.
Right.
Right. I'm just using that as an example, right? You got double the expenses, you got half the money. Now you save $100, you got $900 to spend, you got $2,000 in bills, right? That should make you realize, hey, this situation isn't going to last, and eventually I'm going to be dipping into my savings to make a power move, right? Meaning I'm going to change the situation. But you can't change the situation if you don't save. So people get it upside down and say, I can't save until my situation's changed. Well, your situation ain't going to never change once you save to change.
You know what? And then I'm gonna actually hold it down for a second because I'm gonna get something to drink.
Yeah.
So, let me ask you if you get this, especially from black folks, specifically from black men.
Okay.
Yo, what up, Rodney? My name James. Oh, what up, James? Yeah, you talking about that insurance shit? Yeah, I be seeing you on TV and talking with the homie all the time. Yeah, I've been wanting to talk to you about that. Oh yeah, da-da-da. Oh yeah, let me ask you, with the infinite banking, is that possible? Yeah, da-da-da. Well, yeah, it is, da-da-da-da. 2-3 questions later. Look, Rodney, why don't you set up an appointment and come down and talk with me so we can really, really do this? James, man, listen. I won't wait till I get my money right to come talk to you. So talk to me when you knew it was free and it was useless information.
Yes.
It was cool for you to talk to me. Now you need to get your money right before you can talk to me. That's literally like me being 600 pounds in bedridden. Can't get out of bed. I'm super fat.
Mm-hmm.
Chisel the Adonis comes and says, hey, I'm going to work you out so you're not fat slob and sit in bed all day.
Yes.
Nah, Chisel the Adonis. I'm going to wait until I'm physically fit and my muscles are popping, and then I'll come to you to maintain it. Chisel Adonis is here now. I pick things up and put them down. I make you muscle. Nah, Chisel Adonis. I'm a fat slob, but I'm going to get muscular next week. Don't worry about it. I'm good. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. That's why we got to start charging them. But then it's hard.
Be right back.
Because, here's the thing. A lot of people think that you're going to get better later on in life, but you're not going to get better until you change the behavior. Whatever behavior patterns that you first establish is probably the behavior patterns that you're going to continue on. So if you don't establish saving money, whether it's $10, $100, $1,000, $10,000, whatever the amount is, then you're never going to have the mental habit of saving. And if you don't have the mental habit of saving, then you're going to be looking for somebody to hand out or loan or help you. When in actuality, you need to just help yourself by just learning how to save your own money. I'm not saying stop eating McDonald's, stop eating Starbucks, stop doing. I'm not saying any of that stuff. I'm just saying that most people need to pay themselves first before they pay everybody else. And even if you got to borrow money from yourself and pay yourself back, that's better than not saving at all. And just going through that process makes you recognize that you should be saving. And how do you know if you're doing a good job of saving? Well, if your account is going up every month, then of course you're doing a good job saving. Now, if you see your account, let's say you have 10,000 in your account, or let's say you have 1,000 in your account, and next month you have 900, well, you're in a negative cash flow, right? And you got to always be in a positive cash flow, especially when you're talking about making power moves and just really living in general. So you definitely want to have a positive cash flow. So if this year you have $1,000 saved, next year you want to have 2,000 saved. If you have 2,000 saved this year, then next year you want to have 3,000 saved. If you have 3,000 saved that year, and so on and so forth, that number needs to go up no matter what's going on. If nothing goes up, then you're doing something wrong. And then also the other thing is that, you know, as a people, it is a stigma out there that we don't stick together. We definitely stick together. We don't accomplish anything together. That's the problem. If we're going to stick together, we need to stick together and accomplish things together. We don't need to stick together and bring each other down. We need to stick together to rise each other up, right?
Amen.
And you know, so it's about accomplishing, because you know we always ask each other, hey black man, hey brother, hey other words, what you doing? And they tell you what they're doing. So maybe we need to change the lingo into, hey black man, what you accomplishing today? Let me help you accomplish something today, right? Hey black queen, let me help you accomplish something today, right? And get more accomplishment done in actual doing. And all this stuff ain't new. They've heard all this stuff before. The question is, how many people are actually doing it? Then the question after that is, if you're not doing it, why not?
Right.
You know, why are you not saving money every month? Oh, I got too many bills, man. How am I supposed to save when I can't even pay my bills?
Right.
Well, if you're saving to buy new shoes, that's a problem. If you're saving to buy like Lonzo, you got a Benz, I got a Benz. Like, to be honest with you, I didn't pay for either one of those things with my hard work. Just being honest.
Yeah.
Right? I'm being honest. My hard work and labor did not go into buying those things. My hard work and labor went into setting up systems. And shout out to this young lady. I got to talk to her, ask her if it's okay to put our business out there. But you know, I hired this young lady. I can't even say I hired her. I partnered with her, you know, because it's our own business. And when you partner with somebody, you get an override, right? You get a 5, 10, sometimes even 20% override for partner with them and teaching them the game. Well, you know, she was rocking and rolling, and from the little 5 and 10% overrides I was getting, she paid my car note. Right? And she made the most money she ever made in her lifetime. She's now in real estate now, right? She, last time I talked to her, she was on her second double, you know? And so, you know, we got to work together to bring each other up, you know? And we got to save money, and we got to understand the economics that goes into all this. Of course, we love our family. Of course, we love our children. We love our spouses. But what are you actually showing them when you don't have life insurance? What are you showing them when you don't have a savings?
Can
What
we
are you
pause
showing them?
right there? Because you said life insurance and savings. Exact same thing. Number one. Number two, life insurance and paying yourself first. Exact same thing. Number three, buying a Benz off of not your hard-earned labor or your hard work. Easily done because his sons probably have Benzes already, even though they're not physically in them.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they probably have accounts set up so that when the time comes, hey, Dad, I want my Benz. All right, we're going to go get you your starter's Benz.
Yeah. And you know what? And when we say Benz, right? Benz, BMW, whatever, we talking
Or
about choice.
whatever, luxury.
We talking about choice, right?
Yeah.
We talking about how to get choice in life. A lot of us folks don't have choice. You got to settle for what you can get. And financial services, whether you're selling it or whether you're using it,
Uh-huh.
it benefits you, right?
Yeah.
Right? My son is taking an LSU class for computer engineering, right? It's like a little full stack developer course, right? We're gonna hit the life insurance and pay for that, right? When it comes time for him to do that lab work, we're gonna hit the life insurance and pay for that, man. Right? Again, people gonna say, "Oh, that's so expensive." It's in the insurance policy, right? I got some gains. I'm not even paying. I got like a 40% discount on it because that's about how much gain I got in one of my policies.
Wow.
You know, so it's we could talk until we blue in the face, but the question is, what is it going to take for people to act, right? That's a real question. How do we get everybody to act accordingly so we can blow up as a community and stop having to rely on other people's communities, and be truly self-sufficient?
I'm responding to the chat because my man's talking about his starter Benz.
Not the starter Benz. Wait, hold on. Let me see. Let me get on this chat. Let me see.
They don't know about the starter Benz. Like, I just caught my Benz, but my Benz is my starter Benz.
Yeah.
My first Benz. It's your starter Benz. You got to get your starter Benz, and then you go up in class. You know what I'm saying? My next level, I'm going to get another E class. I might actually get a C class because technically C classes are more luxurious. E classes are more like a taxi cab.
Okay.
So what it is C class has the luxury of the S class. E class has the performance of the S class, and the S class has them both.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I had an old little C class. Matter of fact, my C class is my starter Benz from my grandpa. Yeah. I guess you're right. You get a starter Benz, right? Or I guess the kids getting starter Porsches now, right?
I guess so, right? I was gonna do a starter Porsche, but I want to do a starter Benz.
Yeah, you got to do the Benz. Look, bro, I love the Benz.
Benz
like
is my thing.
The BMW. My wife loves the BMW, right? And I ain't gonna lie, the BMW a machine.
Yeah.
The Benz is a car. The BMW is a machine, right? And
so listen, I be pushing $120 accidentally.
Yeah, right. You gotta look at
oh shit, I'm going 120. Let me slow down.
Yeah, that's something. I ain't gonna lie, because I jumped in. Like right now, I'm in it's a 23 4Runner, because the BMW is in the shop.
That 4Runner gonna run forever.
Huh?
That 4Runner gonna run forever. You ain't never gonna need to buy another car.
No, well, look. When you look, because when you in them, you're like, oh man, this is just like another vehicle, right? And then you go back to another vehicle, and then you say, oh, okay, yeah, that's right. All right, so look, I'm constantly about to get into car accidents, right? Because I'm backing up, and I'm thinking like I'm in a European intuitive car, so I'm backing up, and I can't see.
Yeah.
So little stuff like that, right? when you hit the corner doing 60 in a 4Runner, the tires start skidding, right?
Yeah.
But you know, but you know,
It's the little things.
yeah, you know, you start noticing that stuff, and you notice the base ain't as robust. Just the little bitty things on when it's raining, you can't go 80. Like when it's raining, I used to see people in luxury cars going fast as I don't know what.
Yeah.
And I used to be like, man, it's raining out here. They tripping.
Listen, bro, it was pouring. I was in my joint singing. Holy shit, it's raining.
Yeah.
I'm doing a bugs. I almost hydroplaned trying to slow down because I didn't realize, bro. So I got this gentleman who owns the store downstairs. He was telling me to get the S class. I was like, no, I don't want an S class yet. I don't want to jump out the window with the S class.
Yeah, hold on. I got it on the chats. One of these guys said a starter mansion.
You said to start a mansion. Hold up.
Hold up, I like this big cat.
He said, y'all got money to pay them speeding tickets. Yeah, I do have money to pay. That's what I say. People, the left lane is for people who can afford speeding tickets. I stay in the left lane, bro.
They don't pull you over because they don't know who you are.
Yeah.
I wave at them. I could be doing 80.
Listen,
they don't know who you are. They see a well-dressed black man in a nice vehicle. They don't know who you are.
and if they stop you, you just have your business cards ready, right? Like, dude, I used to get stopped by the cops in New York all the time. I'd be like, hey, officer, how many years you got on the force? Bam. They'd be like, what? I'd be like, here's my card. And then I got the SIPC label on the back. Because, you know, we mess with variables over here. So,
Yeah. Well, they don't mess with us. I'll tell you this. I've never gotten a ticket in my BMW or my Benz. I've never gotten one. We took the temporary plate off the BMW because it expired. We didn't have the real plate. And we drove that sucker around for at least a month with no tags.
wow.
I mean, you know, it's just, you know. but look, but honestly, bro, you know, I wanted to salute you because, like I said, I've been handicapped for the last 2 years. I've been dealing with the trigeminal neuralgia stuff.
Yeah.
And that's why it's been taking me so long to get on a YouTube with you. And even though I've been quote unquote handicapped, you know, the check's still been coming in.
The check's still been coming in.
The check's still been coming in.
Is that called paycheck insurance or disability insurance?
I never filed the disability, right? I never filed none of it. So if I stop working, right, and I file a disability, they give me about 5,000, like 5,100 a month, right? And I'm like, you know, while that's cool, that's a good fallback. That's cool. I just, you know, the way the business is, I just slowed up a little bit. Instead of filing disability, I just scaled back a little bit. And, you know, instead of going to work at 9 every day, sometimes I go at 9:15 or 9:30.
Okay.
Right. And on days if I start having like a little, like, because basically I get seizures in my face right here. Okay. Right. So this whole side is get tied up and it looked like I got cerebral palsy, right?
Okay.
But I'll leave at 3 o'clock or something, right? If I'm just not able to, or, you know, and that's what I'm saying about this business. This business, I mean, the business is so good. Behind me is my wife. You set up with an office, right? That's her side of the office. She's in insurance and she works from home, right? So, because I thought I was gonna have to stop working, you know, she started working full time and she works from home. It's just this. I mean, for Black people, man, insurance is the way to go. Whether it's property and casualty, whether it's insurance sales, whether it's uh, service.
Adjusting. Yeah.
Yeah, adjusting. Man, this is where you're gonna get your fairest shake at life. You're gonna get a
Did
piece of
you
paper
know?
so you're not all over each other too. Yeah.
Did you know that? And speaking of, and this is something that brothers can look at very much through insurance. If you look at bail bondsmen or bounty hunters, that's
Yeah.
you need that you have to be a licensed insurance agent to be a bounty hunter or a bail bondsman. So the
Oh
guy,
yeah. Yeah. Lonzo, that's a deep rabbit hole. We should do a video on that.
man,
That's a deep, deep rabbit hole about the bonds and insurance and how they make their money and what is the instrument being bonded on and all that. Yeah.
yeah. Well, see, I was also talking about collateral assignments with a guy because he was talking about, again, I'm gonna talk about incidents that happen with black people.
Yeah. Talk to me.
So one of his homeboys got arrested, went to jail. Oh, we got to bail him out. What you think happens? Oh, I'm gonna use my auntie or my mama house as collateral for a $15,000 bond, which all you had to come up with was $1,500 because all you have to come up with is 10%.
Yep.
Right, but you got to collateralize something 15,000 or more with the bail bondsman in order to get that 10%. Right, so you collateralize the house. Then you don't show up for court. You, in essence, have now sold your auntie's house for $1,500.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Family
They
don't work their whole
mean it
life
too.
to get it. You said they mean it. That's why they come kick down your door, homie. That's why the feds be like, feds, pow. And they don't care that there's kids in there sleeping. Innocent. Like the thing that happened with the girl who got shot by the police kicking in the door.
Yeah. Which one you talk about? Years ago, the one they were protesting about and all that?
Breonna Taylor.
Yes.
Unfortunately, us putting ourselves in those predicaments. So I'll give you one more thing before I let you get going.
Yeah.
YSL. The group.
Okay. The rappers.
Yep. So there was 28 members indicted together with $1 million cash. So if we include Gunna and Thugger,
okay, that's
about $35,000 per head that each one of those men basically made, that are now facing, I don't know, minimum of 5 years in prison. Right? I'm going to share something with you real quick, sir.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. I do this often, but I'm going to share it again live time because of what we're talking about, especially talking to black men.
Malika said that's a $1,500 lifetime ass whooping.
Yeah. Colombian cocaine cartel life insurance. Colombian drug cartels have been using international life insurance policies to launder millions of dollars in illicit proceeds from the drug from the United States and Mexico. Cartels use life insurance to launder drug money. They just flat out said it.
Yeah.
New York Times, new hiding place for drug profits, insurance policies. I would think the New York Times is a credible source versus the Moscow Times, right? Or we could just go to the United States Department of State.gov. BMPE, Life Insurance Undercover Operation and International Cooperation. $80 million in Colombian drug proceeds laundered in life insurance. But yet, these dudes, these same dudes in the hood who got all this work for you, who are the hood El Chapo. Bro, do you know how hard it is to get a black man to spend $1,000 a month on life insurance?
Too hard.
Too hard. It shouldn't be. You and I are going to change that. Why is it so hard? One is because of miseducation. Two is because of miseducation from people that look like them due to people that look like them being miseducated.
Yeah. If they knew they were going to make money on it, they would do it.
Yeah.
So if you could show them the money, most people who are serious, now a lot of people aren't serious. That's why they don't get the benefit of it.
Well, this is true.
But for the people that's serious and they're like, okay, show me the money. You show them you put in, and I'm gonna just use easy numbers. You show them you put in, let's say $300,000 over 30 years.
Uh-huh.
You run it up against any one of these illustrations that they got for the stock market, including the fees.
Yeah.
Then I want you to include the taxes that they're gonna get.
Okay.
Right. And then I want you to run it side by side.
Oh,
and,
the insurance will beat it every time.
And that's the part that it was for me. When somebody told me that, I said, no way. Lou Nason told me that. I said, no way. And I ran the numbers, and at 5.5%, that life insurance, once you took out for taxes, and I did a 22% tax bracket.
Okay.
Once you did 22% tax bracket, it beat the pants off of the policy. I mean, off of the plan that I had if I would have invested in the stock market and got the return that they were advertising.
And so you would have also had to got the return that they were advertising, which you never would have got that return because it's never going to be possible. Well, no, it will happen. Maybe.
Eventually. Over 40 years, you'll get it.
Yeah.
Right? At some point,
right
if you time it right.
Yeah.
If you time it
right, you got to time your exit. That's why you got to watch the market every day.
And look, like, who want to get out while it's going up? Oh, I got a 10% gain this year. It's time to get out. Who says that? Nobody.
Everybody gets out when it's losing.
Yeah, and that's the whole game. That's why the financial advisors win.
Yeah, that's funny. Everybody does nobody gets out when they're winning. They'd be like, oh, I just earned 20%. Great. Let me put more money in. Well, you just lost that 20% you just earned by reinvesting, right? The only way you earn more money is to short, right? I'll give you an example because I do want to start a black hedge fund, FYI.
Yeah.
And just so you know, hold on.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, and FYI, I didn't tell you, I already signed up for. I know you may or may not be familiar with this designation, but I'm going for my CRC.
CRS. I saw that before.
Certified Retirement Counselor.
Okay. Yeah. You know, with the tax planning, since I got Scott and them in the back, man, that's been a blessing, man. Once and look, I forgot to share this with you, man. Once we get these cats up to 500,000, right? We got to deal with Jamie Dimon, right? Over at Chase Bank, where they will multiply the money, right? So if you come in, the minimum is 500,000, right? Which let me tell you something, black people, it's not a lot of money. That's $50,000 over 10 years, right? That's 500,000. Now, this is where we gotta get better at accomplishing. Jamie Dimon will take the 500,000 and basically turn it into for a 45-year-old black male, right? Over his lifetime, will turn it into $12 million, right? About $7 million of those dollars will be tax-free for their retirement, right? And the other 7 million, and the illustration goes up to the age of 100, right? And it involves loans, and the stuff should be illegal, but it's legal.
Oh, you talking my language?
Yeah, it should be illegal, but it's legal. So Jamie Dimon will get Chase Bank. You put up 500,000. and you can put it up over 3 years, or you can do one lump sum, right? But we want to see the $500,000 up front before we secure everything. So boom, they secure it. Then Chase come in and throw 1.5 million on top of it. Boom. So now you're really sitting there with an account with close to $2 million in it, earning interest, and in one of these specialized accounts.
Oh, so
right?
high interest.
Right. So there's only certain accounts that Chase will allow for you to put the money in. It's almost, that's why I said it's almost, I don't even know. I'm kind of scared. I'm gonna be a little cautious in the way I talk now, but you put the money in, and then once you hit 65, right, you start taking money out, and it's like $180,000 a year in tax-free retirement, right? And then the illustration closes off at the age of 100 with something like $7 million or something like that in the account. I probably should pull up the illustration just to show y'all.
You got me wanting to show you an illustration. Let me do something while I'm at it too now.
Yeah. So when they showed me this, I said, this is what I've been looking for my people. I was like, okay, so how we do this with 50,000? Oh, we don't do it with 50,000. All right, well, my people got 5,000 just sitting around. I said, we got to make some alternative to this.
He said, how we do this with 50,000? Oh, we don't do this with 50,000.
No.
Well, no. First they were like per year. Yeah, not easy. You were like, no, 50,000 in total. That's it.
All right.
$5,000 a year for 10 years. What are you talking about? No. We don't do this with 50,000.
Yeah.
That's what I'm telling you. So when people tell you stuff like buy term, invest the rest, and they say anything, to be honest, if they say invest and they don't say at least $25,000, then they're scamming you. Straight like that.
Yeah.
Maybe they can get away with saying $10,000. But if they be like, for $5,000, when you invest with Vanguard at $3,500 to open a brokerage account, all you're doing is opening a brokerage account. You're not investing.
Yeah.
Okay. When you open a brokerage account with Fidelity for $3,500 and no fees, you're just opening a brokerage account. You're not investing, because the minimum amount to invest needs to have it. There needs to be enough meat so that if a return comes, they can actually give you a return and extract their fees. For this incremental investing that folks are doing, $50 here, $100 there, $2,000 here, the fund management can't extract their fees from what you gain, so they won't do it for you.
Yeah. So what happens? But Lonzo, if they take, let's say, Mama put in 5,000, Uncle put in 5,000, little brother put in 5,000, big brother put in 5,000, then the individual put in 5,000. That's 25,000 where they could get in. But I still wouldn't put it with them. I would give it to Lonzo.
Well, they're not going to take it because that's 5 individual accounts. It's not.
Look.
They wouldn't, because see, they're not going to let you come together as a group, right? You have to have, for financial services, you can come together with a group. 2 things. You have to be established for at least 1 year, and you can't have been established for a purpose of getting the group benefit.
That's good to know.
Right? Listen, I'm going to tell you some loopholes, bro. Just like collateral assignment. I have clients who tell me they're going to do a collateral assignment. I'd be like, I didn't hear that, but go ahead.
Yeah.
And I break down how to do a collateral assignment for them. I'll say, here's what you're going to do. I didn't tell you this. That's the stuff we charge for. Right?
Oh yeah. One of those paid up policies, especially, man. You can
I don't do paid up. I don't do traditional at all.
You only customize everything.
Everything is custom. Nothing is traditional with.
And you're not charging, bro. You got to charge, bro.
He's saying you're not charging. So, ladies and gentlemen, after today, and the fee going up now, right? Because you hear another financial professional say, wait, you doing all this and you not charging? What?
You're not
crazy.
Because let's be honest, Lonzo, how many times you look at them illustrations while you're going back and forth to make sure that those numbers are just sweet enough for them people?
Yeah.
Because I sat up here, my wife would tell you, I sat up here from 11 at night to like 2 in the morning, messing around with that UL and trying to make sure that,
The
you know,
numbers fit just right.
yeah, because you got to keep it at a certain level. Otherwise, the government said, no, this is too good. You can't call this life insurance. You got to call this an investment.
Yeah.
And you're like, no. We won't call it life insurance.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're like, okay, you can call it an investment depending on what you want to do with it. But
Yeah.
or if you're over 59, yeah, we can call it an investment.
Yeah, oh, you over 59, that's an investment. Sure, yeah. All right.
Yeah, whatever, right? But
most people don't know.
Is life insurance.
Most people don't know that life insurance can be funded to a point where the federal government no longer looks at it as life insurance. They look at it as an investment. Let's in fact do, all right, I'm gonna do this last share. Okay. And then I'm gonna let us both go because I gotta go to the bathroom.
All right, bro. All right, let me see what you got.
So this is what we're talking about. What is a MEC? What happens when a life insurance policy becomes a MEC, a modified endowment contract? If your life insurance policy becomes a MEC, your life insurance coverage will not change. However, MECs can be taxed at 10% for early withdrawals. Now, they're not telling you also that, again, like James said, it gets treated like an investment now, not like life insurance. So here's the thing. Even though I prefer the fact that people say, listen, I like life insurance to be life insurance and I like investments to be investments. And I don't like insurance to be called investments. You know what? Me neither. You know why? Underrated darkness, what's going on? You know why? Because if you investments include being able to lose money and having to be taxed versus not being able to lose any money and not having to pay taxes. Which one sounds better to you?
Yeah, I don't want to lose any money and I don't want to pay any taxes.
So so then you need life insurance. No, I don't want life insurance. I want the investments. But you don't want to lose any money and you don't want to pay any taxes, right? Yeah, so I'm going to go with the investment. Wait. The investment is the one where you can lose money and you will pay taxes. Yeah, that's the one I want. The one where I can't lose money and I won't pay taxes. So you want life insurance. I got to think about it.
Wait, how much in taxes am I going to pay in 20 years?
I don't know. Probably more than you pay now. Let me ask you, 20 years ago, was taxes higher or lower than they are today?
It's always higher.
Okay, so 20 years from now, Mr. James, what you think is going to be?
You know it's going to be something ridiculous. And then here's the other thing, too. They get you to pool all your money into a retirement fund, right? And let's say you got to pull it out for a lump sum, right? Now I'm in an even higher tax bracket than I was when I was working.
Yes.
It's like, so they playing hopscotch with your money, man. And you know, life insurance, and I'm going to get a little technical, just a little technical, right? I know you got to go, Lonzo. If you got to go run real quick, I'm going to get technical. You just listen to this part when you come back.
Go ahead.
But when you talk about commercial codes, right? Life insurance falls under financial institutions, which means that we have the ability to, hold on, shucks, I got to come out. All right, hold on, I got to go. 5 minutes. All right. So life insurance it falls under financial institutions. Financial institutions are institutions that are allowed to print money, right? And a lot of times people hear us say that we have more money than the banks, right? And what we're saying is that the amount of money that we have out there that we are allowed to issue and have leverage for is more than any bank would ever have, because we have to hold so much money, and then we have to distribute so much money to the point where we can go to the Federal Reserve right? So we have one of those access cards just like the bank does. That's why a lot of times people are banking on themselves, right? So what I tell people is, if you're going to get a life, if you're going to save money, save it in life insurance, right? Because it's just protected. You're going to be your own bank. You can bank on yourself. You can earn interest. You can borrow money from yourself. You can pay yourself back. You can forgive yourself for a loan. I mean, it's you're going to constantly gain interest, even when you borrow the money. Man, it's just a lot.
Yeah.
But Lonzo, I gotta take off.
Yeah, same here. So listen,
All right.
I would do my outro music, y'all, but I'm gonna just end it like this. Wipe ass, work in progress every day and see success. Wipe ass, work in progress every day and see success. Wipe ass, work in progress every day and see success. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, when people challenge you, they don't challenge you to challenge you, but they challenge you to challenge you. Accept the challenge. Salute, 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 salute.
All right, brother.
Peace.